Welcome back to the CUBE studio here at the New York Stock Exchange. This is AI Factories, part of our programming with NYSE Wired. And joining me now is a man who's just day 2 on the job, Kevin Delane, Chief Revenue Officer at DDN. Welcome, Kevin.
Well, thank you. And thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here, excited about the opportunity at DDN. And it is the AI wave, so we're fired up.
You know, most people on day 2 on a job are like frantically looking up HR policies or doing onboarding training. You're on a press tour, right? And that says a lot about this moment that we're in right now. There is so much noise. Talk to me a little bit about what brought you here. Like, what made you join DDN? What are you thinking about the moment in this industry?
Yeah, so I've spent 30 years in data, which doesn't sound that exciting, but when you look at the next few years and the opportunity in front of us in AI, it's really going from pilot stage to production, and the growth will be massive. I also think that DDN is one of the best kept secrets in all of AI, and we have a great opportunity in front of us.
So do you want to keep it a secret? Or
No, that's why I'm
You're
here.
Very much here.
Yeah, we need more people to know, but not just our customers, our partners, and the whole ecosystem out there.
So 30 years in data, let's talk about that for a second, because data 30 years ago meant something very different to what it means right now, right? DDN is really at its core about ensuring that we get data to GPUs, right? We make them work as fast, as efficiently, and as cost effectively as possible. What are your thoughts on what's happening right now across the industry broadly? Like in the 30-year span, do you think this is the craziest time, the most opportunistic?
I do think it's the most opportunistic, and we've seen the waves of technology right through cloud to where we are today. So the growth in data will be huge over the next 10, 20 years. Also, the speed of the change in our market is going to be unbelievable. And for us, I think it's the right time for us as a company to scale and grow and really build a company that is ready, to help more customers and partners out there.
It's interesting in terms of companies that kind of live quietly, right? Because if you think about the tech stack, some of the less sexy parts of that stack for a very long time were companies that didn't really have like mainstream appeal, right? People did not necessarily know what EMC did either 20 years ago, right? But in this year, I feel like because of inference and because of the NVIDIAization of tech, everything has become so relevant, right? And every company now has a story to tell. Talk to me a little bit about DDNs. Like, I'm sure something about this really appealed to you when you joined.
Yeah, we were very prescriptive in the use cases that we actually served. And so with that, our customers had great experience with it. The efficiencies, the actual utilization of their data was great. But now with AI, we have the opportunity to scale that and have much more of a broader overall business impact for our customers. Instead of just being in an HPC use case, now we'll be able to serve all of AI.
We hear a lot about AI factories, obviously, and we saw at NVIDIA GTC that DDN has this AI factory bus, which really in a way was very clever because it brings something that seems quite abstract to life, right, for an audience. Even somebody like me who's been in tech for 20 years, like, oh, I get it, I understand this.
Yeah.
Talk to me about like your plan in terms of messaging the value prop to your audience, like as you kind of succeed in this role.
I think it's a great opportunity for us to get around the country and for people to see it. I know some people want to send it into outer space. We thought we'd put it on wheels, but really it just shows the importance of the overall data and the growth of AI. And for us, it's small little utilization, but drives a lot of value.
Wow, I like the idea of it going to space. That would be a very effective PR stunt, right?
I think someone else is thinking about that, not us. But
Artemis 2, next DDN's AI factory bus. So talk to me about this moment for DDN from the perspective of customers, right? Like, it seems as though there's a lot of challenges. We hear a lot about bottlenecks in the space, a lot about inefficiencies, 30 to 40% GPU utilization, which is really insane when you think about the costs that are creeping on the other side. What sorts of feedback and things do you guys hear from your customers?
Yeah, so from our customers where that was one thing we have done for our customer for years. Like we drove utilization to the highest. So, we have an example. If you have a hotel that's only 20% full, you're not getting all you can out of it. Same with data. So that was our specialty. And we really look at, as AI grows and changes, the ability to do that full scale across all of AI applications.
From the perspective of a partner network for DDN, that's also an interesting time and space, right? It seems as though there is some consolidation, definitely some cliques forming. How do you guys approach that?
We don't want to be clicky, but if I look across my career, one of the things that I'm proud of is how the companies I've worked with our channel partners. And for us, really our philosophy will be our customers and partners first. So we really view our overall ecosystem as the key to our growth. And as much as I'm spending time here today, I'll be spending it with our partners the rest of the week and getting out in front of them.
And we think about the value of a partner network, right? Solving for the same problem. In the world of AI, we know that there is certainly a lack of, like in that hotel analogy,
Yep.
GPU utilization. Where do you guys see the main bottlenecks outside of what your own technology can deliver on? Like what other parts of the system need to unclog, do you think?
Yeah, I do see the massive scale of the data. The second area is, as AI, obviously you have your AI native companies. As enterprise moves to AI, there's a lot of legacy and data issues that companies have to deal with. And that's where I really see partners helping out. And what it does is enable our technology as they start to scale and implement.
Let's talk about your career as a GTM and revenue leader.
Yeah.
It's also an interesting time in tech, right? From the perspective of what it means to be a revenue value add, like I guess not so much a cost center, but somebody who's consistently adding value to the business.
Yeah.
What are you looking for in your sales team? Like what sorts of things are changing for you and what's driving the impetus to hire the right type of people? What does that look like?
Yeah. So I love growth, right? If you look at throughout my career, the companies I've worked with has always been growth driven. For us, really building a repeatable, predictable business is where we're focused on. And so, we'll have a field management process that we'll put together, and then also our culture. And what I really believe is, as we drive ourselves as a team and with our partners, we'll be much stronger. And that discipline, drive, and competitiveness is what we always look for. If there's one thing people will say about me, that I'm a little too competitive, but the market out there is for ours to take. There's some great competitors, but we're going to give them our best for sure.
Can you ever be too competitive in tech?
I don't think so. I don't think so in life at overall, but that's a whole different issue.
So you're going to come in, you're going to lead this team. It's an interesting time too, from the perspective of how folks are responding to market dynamics, macro shifts, playing down into the payroll of companies, right? What are your thoughts in the way of how you build culture from a revenue perspective at DDN? I know it's a company that's been on quite the trajectory.
Yeah.
Is it about just maintaining? Is there anything new you want to bring?
Well, for us, it is new logos, growth overall, but really, and I know it's cliche, but I've learned it early in my career, our customers always come first. Our ecosystem comes second, we comes third. If we listen to our customers and our partners, we will be successful and deliver. And really for us, I'm coming in to run the revenue side. We hired a new CFO and a new product person, and we're building the pillars to be successful and grow for the future.
New logos. Let's talk about that for a second in terms of the verticals that you guys are in and that you're hoping to move into, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot happening around buyer dynamics in this world too. We're hearing a lot about who are the real opportunities of the future, right? We hear about sovereign AI, private versus public. There's a lot of things happening. Where are you guys seeing new opportunities, perhaps that are untouched from before?
Yeah, some of our traditional use cases are really growing, and we see that, and that's in kind of HPC, some of the actual, high frequency trading in that. But really with the sovereign AI in all that is going on there, we're involved in all the opportunities, which for us is huge. We have to staff up to cover them all, to be honest with
Good.
you, but that's where the overall opportunity is. And it's great to see that kind of our legacy space has grown really well too.
So you mentioned a couple of exec changes there.
Yeah.
Sometimes some might suggest that that might at least point towards or signal something bigger too, right? Like perhaps an IPO. Is that on the horizon, Kevin?
Well, what I can tell you is we will build a repeatable, predictable business and scale our company. I love having an overall team that will grow, that will hit the numbers when every single quarter when we need to. So if that happens down the road, we'll see. But right now, for us, it's growth, and I do believe we have a massive opportunity to grow this company.
For sure. Well, on that note, welcome day 2. Congratulations. And thanks for coming here to theCUBE to share your news with us. Finish this segment out. Talk to me a little bit about what's ahead for you. Like what does this next, people talk about 90 days, right? Like that 90-day plan.
Yeah.
What's ahead for you for the next 3 months?
So I'll be definitely working very hard. For us, it's to get in front of as many customers and partners as I can. I also look at setting the standards for our overall execution, and I'm working with that with Guido. And then I'm always recruiting. So, when I'm out there on the road, I believe in having a solid network. So bringing in the best talent that's out there. And I'll guarantee that people look back at DDN and say, 3-4 years down the road and say that is a great place to work. And that's a company I want to join.
Well, we absolutely love to hear that on theCUBE. Recruiting, bringing on talent, feeding the tech ecosystem exactly as it needs to be. So Kevin, wish you all the best and thanks so much for joining us on theCUBE.
Gemma, thank you very much. It's been awesome being here and good to be back on Wall Street.
I'm Gemma Allen here at the CUBE studio at the New York Stock Exchange. This is AI Factories, part of our segments of the NYSE Wired. Thanks for watching.